Wait, what?
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long, I was starting to worry we'd lost you. We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back. Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now, at least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero. You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomade's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss. First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. The trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back. Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes, burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting. May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabras still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.
Sovereign dragon. Sim's a tiny pet sovereign dragon. Yes, please. Can I use this now? Is that a kitty?
I am never wrong.
Looks like a kitty. Okay, first off... Okay, so I think she's telling us that eventually this place will not be able to come back to, so... I want to sell a shit... a shit ton of stuff. We are way overweight. I would think if the usables is here.
I'm always ready.
Wait, I'm confused. Does it... what is this? I'm confused. I was hoping... Why isn't it not using it? Summon it. When do I use it is the question? I thought I was going to get another companion. What did I just do? Oh, we can level up.
My skills are absolute.
Character tune has prepared the thralls treat affliction. Press the material component first aid kit, which you don't possess. Material components. Items necessary for casting a spell. If a spell requires any such component, they would be listed in its description. These items are expanded when the spell is cast. You can buy material components for spells from vendors. You can, for example, visit a safe place to shop for components. Ingredients usable.
It's time to act.
I'm confused. Is this a permanent thing? Is this a one-time thing? It's a pet, so I'm assuming it doesn't attack or anything, but it seems to give you bonuses and follow you around. Why is it not working though? Does it? Maybe I can't do it in the tavern? We'll find out, I guess. Just a second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure. Trying to figure out how to summon this. I think it's active right now, but I don't like. I would think it would pop something up to follow me, but it's not showing it. Why? Why would you give me a little dragon thing and then not have it follow me around? That feels... Oh, sorry, I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. My dad stopped over, dropped some things off. And, yeah, so he stopped over and I talked with him a little bit. Making the local medicine drop off because all our medicines are at the same place. I don't know though, we do definitely need... Here, let's talk to Staunton. Dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel. How do you resemble an abandoned citadel? I guess he's very... armored? One whose high, crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows made it clear all inside is dead. Poor man. Oh, it's you. Good work back there. The Grey Garrison. Named Staunton Vhane. Or Vaughn. If you've heard rumors about me. This face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, bad as a Rulu Vorlesh. That I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned. The Queen Galfrey should never have spared me that I belong on the gallows. You really don't know, Staunton gives a long, morose look that sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the world wound instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We used to have a foothold in the wound, the mighty, unsaleable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, and all because my stupidity I gave the enemy our main citadel. Okay, so it used... okay, so what I was talking about earlier, they did used to have a citadel with, like, you know, like, not like a city like this. But, yeah, it seems kind of weird you would spare the man that, allow that to happen. You may be right, but you know even stone and iron get worn down over time. I know what it means to live a regimental life, but I cannot rely on my discipline alone forever. I pray to Torog, though he does not listen, that my body breaks before my conscience does. So many years and condemned. It's not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. He falls silent for a moment. Then a trembling voice he adds, the condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I've prayed to Torog for forgiveness. Countless times I've gone to his priests. Countless times I've kneeled before his altar. Only the Father of Dwarvenkind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I am still one of his children. For it seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own God doesn't think I deserve redemption? What do you mean, how? The knight glares at you from beneath his furrowed brow. If you don't trust the word of a condemned, go ask somebody else, like my little brother Joran. If you still don't believe it, what's it to me? But if you're about to ask me to recant the story of my disgrace from the 1000th time, don't. You really don't have any friends. I couldn't have survived this long if I were completely alone. Joran, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters and the condemned console themselves by thinking that I got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not Staunton. The storyteller, Staunton strokes his beard in thought. Strange old fellow, that one. He used to sit with me for hours asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. At first I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he is alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too, so if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Black Wing. There's a library here. I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. Go on then. Maybe we'll see each other again. I kind of want Staunton to be one of our companions. I like him. Nog's tense stance reveals her constant vigilance. Her eyes are focused and resolute. Noticing you, she lets you speak first, bowing respectfully. Mistress, I am at your service. I'm not groveling, I'm showing respect for your power. This is exactly how the weak should behave in the presence of the strong. The underground warrior looks flattered, raising her chin proudly. You didn't ask me anything, mistress. Life is better than an uplander might think. You're surrounded by rocks on all sides. It's sturdy, dependable. When you hide in a crack, you know for sure you're safe. Like here, all this empty space around you. This empty space. You always have to be on guard in case an arrow flies from any direction and hits you. Life underground is calmer somehow. Sure, there's less food in the caves than here, but the amount of the food the uplanders have, it's too much. Don't you see, mistress, how many fat uplanders there are? Why do they eat so much, like cattle fattened up to make for tastier meat? We only had one fat person in our tribe, and that was Sol. He was only fat because he was old. But up here, everything just seems fair in the caves. Whether there isn't enough food for the weak, they die. The lazy die. The sick, the head and the body die. Only the strong and the skilled survive, and the blood becomes thicker, tougher. Wenduag scoffs arrogantly. Life among the uplanders, you mean? Customs are strange. The huntress casts a glance at you and corrects herself quickly. I mean theirs, not yours, mistress. You are strong and clever. I look at other uplanders and wonder. Have you seen how proud they are of their weakness? Look, my hands are so soft. Never done anything with them in my entire life, because noble blood runs through my veins. It doesn't matter who someone's parents are. I'm the daughter of a former chief of the tribe, so what? Is this what they respect and fear me for? Sol became the chief because he was old, experienced, and smart. After him, I might become the chief because I am strong and even smarter. But these weaklings wouldn't have lasted a day in our caves. Wenduag shrugs disdainfully. He's a good hunter, but not too clever. A bit of an idiot, really. He was the strongest in the tribe after me. That's why I kept him close. His heart is soft, unlike his body. The hunter smiles shamelessly. But then I met you, and I didn't need land anymore. I only want to hunt with you. Wenduag throws her shoulders back proudly. Of course. Let everyone see who is standing before them. The weak must obey the strong if they don't want to be reminded of their place. Even when I was a snot-nosed little cave rat, I could bring neithers twice my age to heal, because I fear nothing and no one, pain least of all. I was showered with praise and compliments. The best hunters of the other tribes wanted me. What did that matter to me? The moment you start listening to flattery is the moment you get soft and you die. Oh, I always pushed myself further, challenging myself, taking myself to the very edge. Many times I almost died, but I always came back stronger. I earned all my strength on my own. If anyone doesn't respect that, I just grabbed my knife. That's why I became the best hunter in the tribe. Hunter shrugs her shoulders. Let the uplanders call us whatever they want. It doesn't matter. I know what they're trying to do by giving us that stupid nickname. They are asserting their status and superiority over us. But it's normal to try and dominate a stranger you just met. That's expected. When my kin conquer the lands on the surface, people will call us by whatever name we choose. Wenduag gives you a bland smile. Because you are winning. I want to be the winner. I don't like sharing food and fire with weaklings. I prefer people like you. Yes, mistress, I will behave whatever way you order me to. Perform the action that was lawful. Let's talk about you serving Ostilla. Of course, mistress, but now I only serve you. Has someone said something about me? Brought my kin to their lair so they could join the demon army and accept the power given to them. It made my tribe stronger. Later, once we no longer needed the demons, my powerful kin would have fought for me. I know that's... Wenduag replies respectfully but defiantly. I know that Saul would have called me a traitor. But for one reason only. He grew old and cowardly. I accepted the same fate as my fellow tribesmen. I ate the flesh too, and for many gongs I thrashed with fever, growling like an animal, lunging at anyone and everyone, my body burning from the inside. But I handled it because I was the strongest of them all. Not a single day have I regretted the power I gained. That's why I'm not ashamed of sharing that power with my tribe. I was only serving the demons because they promised me power, and only for us, for as long as they had something to offer me. Wenduag chuckles, revealing her sharp teeth. Scylla can't offer me anything now she's dead. I was never going to risk my life for her. You are a true leader, one worth following, the hunter says in a fawning tone. Wenduag's voice gains a fervent edge. Why should I betray you, mistress? You are the strongest. It would be stupid to defect to your enemies and die along with them. No, I am not that dumb. Huntress gazes at you with devotion. Thanks you for talking to me, mistress. Indara. An imposing young Oread is surrounded by a crowd of crusaders who are hanging on to her every word. I hope this example clearly illustrates the difference between Shastaka legionnaires from the last war and the crusaders. The The perfection of form and spirit they were imbued with during creation turned them into parts of a well-balanced war machine, not a ragtag bunch of individuals, but a united whole. Now tell me again, why am I supposed to be impressed by your reckless assaults, where everyone is fighting for their ego and for the right to beat their peers to a swift but pointless heroic sacrifice? Canterbury's Crusader. One of the Crusaders angrily curls his fists tightly and retorts with a burst of passion. If those gists of yours, or whatever, had come for us, we'd have their guts for garters. You think we've never fought a mighty adversary before? The soldier's stern facade cannot fully conceal his relish. He clearly plans to enjoy this confrontation. The Crusaders around him look upon their exotic opponent with a mixture of irritation and piqued interest. The woman chuckles before cutting off her interlocutor. I've heard that word before, but I don't know what it means. Interlocutor, like someone she's arguing with, like the person she's talking to. I would love to see you you storm a 60-foot tall walking castle shaped like a gigantic elephant that carries siege fortifications on its back. I'll have you know these fortifications were defended by Giskan priest craftsmen armed with demon-bound war machines. They use the enemies you cannot defeat as mindless weapons. The woman gives the people around her a triumphant look and adjusts her clothes with pointed nonchalance. Her voice takes on a lecturer's tone. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the most authoritative researcher on the history of warfare 3,000 years before the foundation of Absalom. The woman looks at you and flashes an amused smile. The lecture is over. Do my esteemed listeners have any questions? Who are you? I am Indra, warrior, magus, and scholar of classical warfare from Karun. The woman peers at you apprehensively and sighs. I admit that I am mildly offended by the fact that my name is entirely unfamiliar to you, but I am willing to accept that this is due to Aveston's isolation from the sophisticated culture of the world at large. To witness a legendary war. Confrontation between denizens of a plain famous for its love of violence, the Crusaders from every continent united by the common goal, defending their home in epic struggle. An epic struggle of colossal proportions. It hasn't been particularly epic so far, truth be told. The monk with black eye grins and mutters under his breath. Maybe she just can't see it from here. The view will get way more epic if she stops hiding among us and takes a walk outside. Oh yes, the situation we have found ourselves in is can attest to that, but then again, demons are no better. The preferred strategy also involves brute strength, mindless assaults, and unfounded confidence in their superiority. Though I'm a historian and analyst, theorist. Do you know what these three words have in common? They describe a mortal woman who does not participate in the conflict upon which her thesis will be founded. Then again, I will hardly be able to describe this mess as anything other than a feeble likeness last war of Justica? I don't know. The monk with the damaged eye grimsily comments. His name is Pink Eye. The more dangerous the upcoming scuffle is, the more motivated we are to find clever and pretty words to justify not actually doing the fighting. A debate. I'll be happy to prove that the current conflict isn't hold a candle to the last war of Justica. Very well, the last war of Justica was waged using a significantly great number of troops. Both sides actively relied on reinforcements from allied planes, and their strategic planning was perfected through no fewer than 7 rounds of intensive design. None of the above applies to this war of yours. I mean, the numbers are still the same. I don't know if diplomacy or knowledge. Like, I don't know if either one. I wonder if one is more important than the other versus diplomacy or knowledge. I think knowledge might be more important to her. Succeeded! There's logic in your words, I give you that. Yes, the concept of war does not change. The degree of sophistication in the methods that we use to destroy our foes. One stops realizing her words, no matter how ostentatious she makes them, no longer power to captivate the audience. Ooh. Indara offers a pretentious dismissal. As a scholar, I cannot deny that there is a certain truth beneath your skeptical statements. History is a complex discipline rooted in fact, an evidentiary base that grows even more meager the farther to describe the period is from the present moment. Of course, if I were to argue in bad faith the way Crusaders embellish their tales of slaying a single Brimorek by adding a dozen Balors, for example, I could win this battle. I'm above such things, and therefore I am forced to admit that your skepticism is not entirely without merit. I don't see the point. You Crusaders appear to be quite confident in your skill. If nothing else, you presented your arguments to me with extreme confidence. Claw of Justica. This is a worthy blade. Be of use not only for the strong, but also for the wise. Oh. This is where I bid you farewell. Before the end of the day, I was planning to observe how winged demons use pack tactics to drive their prey like herds of livestock. It's about time I get back to my research. The hint of a smile graces Indara's lips when she sees disappointment in the eyes of many Crusaders around her. Stay safe. She was one of the half-dead, right? She was a Empire Eagle Watch Crusader. Watch Crusader. A tall, athletic man greets you. His hair is prematurely gray, short and close to his head in a military style. He is lean and well-groomed. Monocle twinkled coldly in his eye. Greetings, I am Hilor, Fincher, captain of the Pathfinder Society. I'm a superior officer among Pathfinders in this region of Mendev. However, the Society is running almost no operations here right now. Besides me, there are almost no Pathfinders here. Actually, I'm only stuck here because of an old feud with a demon worshipper known as the Spinner of Nightmares. I had to work alone with us, part of the Society. But I've made a lot of acquaintances among the local mercenaries and daring fighters. If you need any good fighters for an honest cause, talk to me. Maybe about the confrontation with the Spinner of Nightmares. While I began with the task of the Pathfinder Society, I arrived in Nerosian with my team to investigate the sudden death of a famous crusader, Baron Faleron. We soon focused in on a small hospital for the wealthy, where Faleron was being treated shortly before his death. It turned out that a gang of Baphomet's cultists called themselves the Labyrinth of Mind had gotten a foothold at the hospital. They are obsessed with twisting the mind of their victims and targeted fragile people too weak to resist. The hospital was filled with perfect victims, isolated for weeks from the outside world, completely helpless. Then they returned. They were different, almost normal. But the moment they heard a certain phrase, something dark awoke in their minds, and they transformed into servants of Baphomet, ready to lie, betray, and even kill. The Labyrinth of Mind was preparing to infiltrate all the elite circles in Mendev, but Baron Faleron stopped them. He was too loyal to his oath and too resistant to their spells. He fought for his freedom until the strain broke his heart. We opened and cleaned the city of Baphomet's pit of vipers. Their den was a cradle of sin and filth. They cast spells on each other. Their loathsome fantasies stepped real from their minds into the world. They dreamt of horrible and forbidding things, and they fought like mad. We burned the place to the ground and slaughtered everyone we could, but the leader of the cult were able to flee, and they were set upon revenge. They abducted my daughter, Lori, who served under my command in the Pathfinder Society. They left me a note full of tart insults, mockery, and sneers. From that note, I learned the name of my enemy, the Spinner of Nightmares. A few months later, I confirmed that he was the leader of the Labyrinth of Mind. My hunt had begun, and I would get Lowry back at any cost. Hiller grits his teeth with bulldog determination. You can rely on my lads. I have to pay for them. 4,500 is their standing rate. Sorry, but the site is established. So I was hoping he was going to join us, or that we could hire people, and that's what the... First of all, we need to sell our shit. Camellia, Crusader, Horgus. Oh, you need to give us money. Ah! Take this. This is 2,000 coins. Take your payment. Remember that Horgus Squirm always keeps his word. You helped me get back to the surface, and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation, Horgus looks at you with unvarnished disapproval, his arms folded across his chest, his foot tapping impatiently. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What do you mean, a job for someone like me? For an adventurer ready to sell their soul for booze and then lie down drunk in the gutter. Or do you think you're somehow different? Traveling knight, perhaps, noble of heart, but without a coin to your name? Horgus sizes you up critically and then sighs and shrugs. You seem a reliable enough ally to me, and you did get me out of those mongrel caves, so why should I care what you do with my money once you got it? Succeeded at a perception check. Horgus seems like one of those people who think the entire world owes them something. However, you hear notes of hysteria beneath his smug arrogance, as though he really quite nervous, but taking great pains to conceal it. Horgus puts his hand on his hips. Oh really? How impotent. One dares tell Horgus Squirm how to address the rabble? You shall be my bodyguard, you see. I've good reason to return to my mansion here in Ganabros. I still have, well, doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building. A large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards are able to hold the mansion during the attack. I expect that the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Avidar knows what's happened there since, therefore I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I already asked the local paladins for help, but there's no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damned cowards and traitors. That's what they are. So please do take Camilla with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth, after all. I have a reward. 1,000 gold coins. Ah! Got it! Several tense moments pass in silence, and Horgus feels relaxed. Deal! Deal! Marvelous! Most excellent! Horgus' face relaxes, smoothing a few of the tense lines. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand. But do hurry, unless you want me to lower your reward. Gorm's mansion has been revealed. Aha! I need to talk to you. Clear path to the surface for Horgus. Can I... I'm a tavern keeper, best in the city. Best there's ever been. I pray to the best god there is. Albino looks around. There are demons everywhere. You showed up. You mean places that normal people usually stay well away from, and there are plenty, like the Pataxian wine cellar. Jimmel pauses for effect, or the place alone should make you quiver in fear. Pataxian wine cellar has been revealed. It once belonged to a Pataxian trading house. Then King Erovati came to power in Patax. Property started changing hands. Soon after, the cellar's shop assistant was found in a ditch. Not all of them mind, just as had. Numerian gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine on the street. They ended up on the gallows. Then King Erovati's numbers was up. So now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that a headless ghost wanders that place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. Show me what you got. Alright, we're selling a whole bunch of crap. We gotta sell a whole bunch of crap. Does this mean I can't use it? I think we'll finesse wielding monk weapon. We'll keep masterwork stuff. 1 to 10. 23 times critical hit. Is it 3 times crit? 2 times 19 to 20 crit. I have 6 of these? Damn. Why can't you? Do I need a pick by any chance for harvesting stuff? Ooh. Paladin sword. Excuse me. Good thing I don't see anything in here about. I don't see anything in here about the 544 pounds. So we got rid of quite a bit of the weight. Still think we need to probably dump some more. Oh, punching dagger. I don't think we need those. We don't have anyone. I mean, it is masterwork though. I might want to keep it. I guess we'll go ahead and get rid of those. Oh, is there anything we want to buy? I know what a cantrip is in Magic the Gathering, but what is it? Ooh, okay. Well, I can't buy that. It's gonna be... We could buy this, though. Screw it, we'll just buy all of them.
We should move.
It seems like cooking is going to be important, so... And we got
I'll take care of it.
new recipe. I found a new recipe, spicy pastry. To learn it, select it in your inventory, open the contents menu, and choose the copy recipe option. Different recipes require different ingredients. That's why I did it.
I am never wrong.
Inventory. Where is it? Can we just close? What I want to do... What I would like to do is make everything, I would like everything to come together. Follow me.
I'm always